Aiden, how are you? Alright, I might as well give her a treat straight away. Oh. You know what this means, socks. Yes. That is good to hear. Anyway, in your bed, sweetie. In your bed. Girl. Doing some CSSing, huh? Fair enough. Today we are doing mostly testing. Good. Love and hate how picking designs. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And sometimes you got to push back on them and be like, no, this is not a feasible sort of thing. All that kind of stuff. I will share my screen. There we go. Sweet. And just brush my hair out late. I've got socks just sitting right here. There we go. Right, today we're mostly just testing, making sure things work, and fixing anything that we find doesn't work. So for example, this does not work. It's the exact same code. Which is a bit of a bother. So if we go to network, go to NearBeach, we should see the NearBeach min.js pickup, which should have the bootstrap stuff in it. It's quite large. And then we'll go list all. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working on this page. I've been working on this thing for a friend. Changed the font weight around 3 times from black medium to bold. Yes, I've been in those cases too. And essentially they changed the whole entire sort of font sizes and stuff like that, and all that. It got so freaking annoying. Yeah, you essentially need someone who will pull out the design, everything gets signed off, and that's it. If there's any changes, they need to be, they essentially need to be charged for. I'm just making sure this, this. Okay, cool. So if we do it on watch, view one property, none was accessed during render, but not defined on. Let them send me a final Figma design file to copy, so I don't have to freestyle it. Yep, send. Yeah, designs should be a blocker. I've worked without a design before and things just kept on changing. It just took too much time. It's essentially just a waste. Alright, so what we've got in here is under the templates, NearBeach templates. We've got 2 templates and both of them call the same header. As you see, there's only one minor change in that whole entire thing, and that's this. So sorry, I'm just moving up my brain. Partials. So header. In the header, all these downloads. So that's Tiny Mouse. What's that? What's that? And then we've got the header. NearBeach logo, yep. Timeline is not there anymore. Something that I do kind of want to re-implement, but more focused, so more like gacha. We've got the nearby drop downs, so none of these change. None of this really changes, so the only thing that pops in and pops out is the admin stuff. Click on this. Go to groups. Groups is fine. I'm just finding out where this is happening and why it's happening. It could be something very simple that we're missing. So it looks like it's happening just for search ones. Alright. So it extends the normal template, which all of them do apart from the dashboard. And let's have a look at the views too. So let's just get in the search data. That's all good. Let's stick with search customer for the moment. So I wonder if I can. Alright. I won't play with this at the moment. It's kind of cool that I can do that. Stop debugging. I'll have to set this up later. There's the stop thing. Cool. Sorry, just playing around with stuff, saw that, and it was like, what does this do? Let's play with it. Alright, cool. So, under search customer, we've got our template, we've got our customers, we've got our context. Let's have a look at the dashboard. So we still have our context there. Move in. Oh, that's just a, yep. Excuse me 2 seconds, go to sneeze. Okay. Alright, get back into this. So we're passing things into here. This customer. Just wait. I've also got to check. Yeah, alright, good. Just got to make sure that I'm on the right branch. Alright, we have an issue. These are not appearing. We can fix that particular issue up, but I don't know why Bootstrap's not working. So what I'm going to do, get Bootstrap. Let's just go straight to this. Let's go document. What we're doing is we're going to paste this straight into the template. And now it works. So there must be something on the search side of things where it just doesn't want to work. This is the weirdest thing.
Every core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Yeah. They should all be in alphabetical order. Search customers. So it does have its own little component and stuff like that, but that's for its own little tiny component. So if we actually hit reload, go to the network tab, you'll see it right here. But you'll also see the NearBeach stuff right here, which should contain all the bootstrap stuff. That's the tiny mouse stuff. That's the loader. Tiny mouse, tiny mouse, tiny mouse, tiny mouse, tiny mouse. NearBeach. That's the icon. Oh, sorry. It's the weirdest thing. Alright. So if we go to app.js, I think it's these two lines. Once again, causing trouble. If we wait X amount of seconds for it to recompile. Yeah. These are used. Alright. That little thing is fixed. Now let's fix these. So this is part of, actually that's a quicker way. Cool. So search customers and then list customers. So they're part of the list customers section. So under here, we'll go to components, customers, list customers. So this should be private. And then just double checking everything here. Yeah, cool. And there we go. Now we've also got to do the same thing with organization. So list organizations, I think that would be, if we go in here, list organizations. All right, cool. That's a quick, easy fix. All right, this is. So we are gonna copy that for reference, paste it in. So that should be that. Wait a few seconds, hit reload. It doesn't work. That's why we double check this. Private null. Don't know why that was showing something before and no longer showing stuff. Okay, we'll figure it out. So, object array, fields, organization. Oh, if equals. Or I honestly feel like this should be a function. We could squeeze this down. Yeah, we could easily squeeze this down. So let's just get this to work, and then we'll put it in a function. But straight off the bat, let's make sure that what I've just done. Yeah, cool. And I'll need to do that with the customers too. Yep, sweet. So there needs to be an or function in there. All right. So down here. Name, props, computed, makes sense, methods, what we want is get profile picture. That's a function where we are essentially importing do we want to import the customer? Yeah. Actually, no. Yes, we want to import the customer. Because it's that customer, there might be multiple customers. So what we need to do is check against what we're importing up here. And then it will come back with the proper stuff. So we can get rid of this if statement straight off the bat. And then this will become get profile picture, and we just have a single customer. All right. This else will be removed. Okay. So if customer profile is blank. To return return default picture. Okay, cool. So image equals customer fields, and then what we need is this just keeps doing this. Wish they would fix that. Come on. And of course I've forgotten what it's called, but I do believe it's the same as this, but with customer in it. So, get rid of this. Customer profile picture, done. If image equals that or image equals null, and we want to return, we actually want to return pretty much this. Otherwise, what we want to do is we want to return this. But of course, that would be customer. In fact, this whole thing would be image. All right, this will be this.root URL. That at the front. So something very simple. As you can see, it has made this code a lot smaller and a lot easier, which is great news. Okay. That should there should be a this here. Everything should be ready. Alright. Oh, we did this on customer. just going to create a new customer. Oh, we should have a new customer in here. Perfect. That is great. So we'll just simplify the code a lot better. And what we could actually do is we just need to tweak it just a little bit for the list organizations. So if, once again, we go down here, methods, bang this in here. Bang, 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 bang. So get profile picture. So that would be organization. 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 And then those other two would be the same. Okay, so we could get rid of this. Get rid of this. We can get rid of all of this. All right, so get profile picture, and then we just key in the organization, and that should work in theory. So let's just do a new organization. Oh, keyed those around the wrong way. So yeah, that works perfect. Alright, sweet. So we're fixed. A couple of bugs straight off the bat. I don't think, ooh, cannot paste image. Oh wait, this is ready for retesting. Don't think I hit any of these bugs. I think we've just literally just found a couple of bugs and we just fixed them very, very quickly. Two things with the RFC, which will happen probably in the next release, which will probably be a bit of a major change, which is why I'm trying to find as many bugs as possible and solve them now. So yeah. Cool. Anyway. Sorry, I'm just opening Rubik's Cube very quickly. I messed up now. No, you just have to solve it. Okay. Users cannot pause RFCs. Yep, that's what we just talked about. Let's start from the top. Work our way down. One bug which I really, really hate. This is not saving my layout. Keep putting in priority. Putting in above. Because we want to have the major ones up at the top. So allowed hosts, there should be an environmental stuff. I am currently working on that. I do need to fix up my Docker permission. My repository permissions. That'll happen later tonight. RFC change tasks do not have a read. Okay, those will come out next. Read-only users can edit customer project. Profile. All right, don't know why I wrote project. That would have been a little brain fart. But these things happen. All right, so we could try and fix this one very, very quickly. We've got everything up and running. So yes, let's do it. So at the moment, if I just right-hand click and close all, actually I want to push this stuff. Actually, let's npm run prod. We're just running prod. I haven't set up a prod build in a while. We are getting close to that point where I should be. Right, so git status, git add NearBeach static. status, git add NearBeach, git add source, git status. I don't want to add that VS Code. Git add, not everything, git commit. So bug fix for profile pictures for the customer and organization search. Sorry, this is very tiny text. I should actually be enlarging this right now for everyone. Again, run watch. Alright, let's go back into it. Okay, read-only users can edit customer projects. That is perfectly fine. Oh, well, we don't want that to happen. So, what's actually happening is to actually have admin users, do I have users here? So I'll log in as the read-only user. So let's go open container over here. So read-only. So this particular user can't edit anything. Right, nothing. Great link. All right, that's a bug. This is why we're going through and finding these bugs today. Okay, cool. So create new bug. Read only user can link requirement items. Items, method 1 log into NearBeach as a read-only user. 2 and open requirement. 3 click on the tab, blah blah. Just upload an image so I can requirement. Links, alright, and then try and create a new link. Expected results, read on the user. Should not be able to do this. Actual results button exists for the user to be able to do this, alright. In theory, it should also be blocked at the backend level. This is a sort of normal. This is a bug. This is submitted. This should be assigned to me. Subsystem requirement items. Technically, requirement link. Requirement. What's my mouse doing? Right. So in theory, if I go project, it doesn't do anything, but if we go to network, comes out as a 403, forbidden. So it doesn't allow the person to do it, but that should be hidden. Wait, I need to cut this out. Yeah, cool. We're going to put this as a bug also. So these were missed just because requirements, these are only on requirements. So something easily for me to miss. Okay, read only user can try and create a requirement item. Method image in method 1 log into NearBeach as a user. Open up an existing requirement. Scroll down and click on the requirement item tab. Click on the create new requirement item. Expected results. User cannot click on button, actual results, on. So there are things stopping the user from doing this, but at the moment let's get it so that the UI matches what the user experience should be. So once again, this, I wouldn't say this is major, this is normal, this is a bug, this is submitted, this would be assigned to me, this would be a requirement, and let's create. All right, we fix a couple of bugs, we find some more. All right, so read-only user, what was I actually doing? Oh yes, I was going to list of customers. The problem is this read-only user has access to this and has access to this button. In theory, they should also not have access to any of this. So we've got to make it so that this user can't have access to any of this. Yeah, pretty simple. So if we go to the code, go to, let's say, project. Yes, so we don't want new project. Oh, wait. Wait, the bright light keeps following me. Which reminds me, I didn't actually turn on the lights. Oh. There we go. Okay. So, if we go project information, sweetie, what happens is we send down a user level. So we've got to try and do that with the customers. I don't think we've got a decorator on the permissions for the customers. Oh, sucks. What's the matter? Yes. You're like, I need more treats. No, you can't. You just got treats just before. There we go. Scratching the butt. See if you like that. Alright, so we've got to do something similar. This is alright. So we don't need new customer, we need customer information. That would be at the top. Customer information. Check user permissions. So a user has to have a at least a read only. So we can actually grab the user permissions from there. And that's very simple. So that's pretty much just this line here. And then what we can actually do is we can paste it in here and name it user level. And then just boom from the quags, like so. And that will pass it down into the customer information template. So if we go up to here, let's open up new project. So new project. Yes, sucks. Let's actually just see what happens. Still, alright. That is with read only. Oh, that's new project. Project information. So project information, we have a field set with a disabled set on the outside. So we're going to have to do that at the same time too. In this sort of case, we're going to get rid of that. It's if user level equals 1. So if we go to customer information, and what we want to do is add in a simple if statement, if user level equals, so less than or equal to 1. Field set disabled equals true, if memory serves me correctly. And then we have an end if here. Have the same logic here. User level equals 1. Extend the field set. Like so, easy. Perfect, so now I can't change anything apart from that, but that's perfectly fine. They can't update the profile picture and they can't update the customer. Now we're going to actually remove those buttons. So what we need to do over here is we need to vbind it down. So vbind user level equals, and then we do, number, we can just do user level like so, and that should be passed down into the customer information. And then in this is where we go to the VueJS side of things. So views, there's a source, JavaScript, components, customers, customer information. Go into our props. And then down here, we just have user level. This will be a type number with a default of 0, so no permissions whatsoever. And then what we need to do is this needs to be an if statement. The if user level is greater than 1. And then down here with the button, update customer. Okay. The if user level is greater than 1. Same with this one. So what I'm actually doing is I'm going to put the class in the second line. If user level is greater than 1. All right. Just wait for everything to compile, and then when you hit refresh, there's something. So I might turn that down for you, sweetie. There we go. That's okay. And there we go. So that's disappeared. Whereas if we actually go and let's say, as you can see, those are there. So simple fix. Read only users. Which one is it? So going over to here, I'm just going to go bang, get status, get checkout. I'm just going to check out the NearBeach static stuff, git add the NearBeach stuff, git add the source stuff, git status, git commit, bug fix, paste in the bug, and then push that. Yeah. Alright, npm run watch again, so we just compile all our stuff. Which over here, what I'm doing is I'm going to click on here, go to Circle CI, and I'm going to make sure that my builds are running. So they stopped working the other day, and that was just because essentially I'd made a migration change that I had not put into the fixtures. So these fixtures needed to be essentially rolled up, if that makes sense, into the latest version. Sorry, Rubik's Cube, everyone knows, just, like to fiddle. That is huge. Yes, sweetie. So it is running, that is good. Socks is getting very grumpy for no apparent reason. Cool, let's just look at yourself. Yeah. I'll shove that over there. Alright. Yes, sweetie. So read only can add it. Okay, cool. So what this one is going to change to is ready for retesting. I'll close that. And I'll just reload this because we should, knock that down. So we've got a couple of major ones. Welcome text notifications, text login screen. I've got to think about that one. Yeah. It's one of those weird ones. I've got to really think about this. Because that is a feature that I do want to put in, so that a good example is the demo site for NearBeach. People go to the NearBeach demo, I want them to be able to be like, alright, cool, I'm here, demo.nearbeach.app, what's the password? And actually have an announcement there being like, this is the password and stuff like that, so that way they don't need to know how to get in. Still obtaining objects, oh, okay. I've got to clean up this database soon. Yeah, I gotta clean that up soon. Anyway, so welcome text notifications, that's gonna happen later. The object link does not pull that one. I've got to think about too. Just because it doesn't really work with that one. Is she stuck? She's now not interested. She just wants treats. Change size users, list not updating when adding or removing groups from RFC. Ooh, alright, this one. Log into NearBeach, open up the existing RFC, modify the groups, i.e. remove all groups, add change tasks, click on the user list, expect the results user list to be updated. Actual result user list is not updated. Alright, this is a bit of a complicated one, but I'll get this one done tonight, just to knock out more bugs. The read-only ones I should be able to knock out pretty easily. And new organization duplicate scripts. Those are a low. And hopefully that static link, not correct on production, will fix itself. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to do the read-only ones because we're in that sort of role where we can fix this very quickly. Okay, so if we actually log into here, let's find all, list all. Requirement. So we've got a requirement item. We can't, we shouldn't be able to see this. So let's have a look at the view stuff. Alright, so parent modules. We've got requirement item. Requirement. She just knocked all my money over. All my Singaporean cents and $2. $4. requirement item model. User level 1. Alright. So we've got user level 1. Now, we have user level. Right. Don't take my money, socks. So what we could potentially do is at this user level, so this is what you're looking at on the left hand side right now, which I should zoom in to you guys, but I just can't. Tried. What you're looking at is the VueJS, so the state management of this particular stuff. And what we want to do is we want to grab that user level from there. From there, we can use that user level to determine if the create new requirement item button needs to be shown or not. Everything else on that particular field doesn't need to be disabled or anything like that because it's just links and so forth like that. So, this is going to be a pretty easy one, so I'm just going to close all. We are after the requirement items module. So down here we've got requirement items information. Ooh. Oh no, this will be part of modules. So this will be sub modules. Requirement item modules. Just double checking that. Requirement item modules. Alright, Socks has gone off to the Venetians. Alright, so this is the button. We should have computed. We've got map getters in here. This would be user level, so we want user level and then get user level. Now I have a system where I name things like this, so that's a pretty good guess of what that function should be. It is a guess, but let's hope it works. So this should be v if user level greater than 1. We want the same here. Alright. So now we just wait for it to compile. Perfect. And now we just test to make sure that it does actually appear for someone else. Perfect. Alright. So now we want to do it on the requirement links. Okay. So that will be similar. That will be the links module. So, and we're doing the exact same thing. So the best thing about having state management is you can just pull the stuff down. Computed, there's our computed stuff. So what we want is user level, and that will be just simple get user level. All right, up here. We're actually doing this right now. All right. Create new link. Create new link. Yep. V if sorry, just drawing a blank. User level greater than 1. Okay, we wait a second or two, we hit refresh. Okay, so for the average user, they've got it still. For the new users, It's gone. Sweet. And documents, gone. Customers, gone. Bugs, gone. Miss, gone. Notes, gone. Sweet. That's what we want to have. So I'm just testing the requirement items now. Requirement items, we need that to disappear too. These down here will be fine. Oh, wait, we need that to disappear. We need, that will be fine. That is fine. That is fine. So let's fix up this page too. So we're going to do a very similar thing. Now let's have a look at our VueJS component. So at the root, user level 1. So I think it does pass up. I think I do pass it from here up. So these links should, in theory, work. So if I've done this correctly, it should just work. TM.house. Alright. So requirement items link module. Requirement items link module. So we just need to go down to our computed stuff or up. Who knows? That. I haven't had one of those in ages. Alright. So, user level, get user level. Okay. And then it's as simple as us doing, once again, be if user level is greater than 1. Just to make everything look nice. Hey, Socks, how are you? Sorry, give me just 2 seconds. Sorry about that. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? I got your message. I don't know why you can't do a pull request. So I've just got to go through all the permissions of that repo and find out why. I've probably done something stupid or I haven't ticked something, so I'll figure it out. How have you been at least? And I forgot you moved. How was the move? You moved whilst I was sick, so yeah. I forgot to ask. Alright, sorry, I'm getting distracted, so that should be that. That should disappear that. So we've got that one fine, we've got that one fine, we've got that one fine. So, and hello, Savage Banana Soup, how are you? Tiring? Yes, moves it. I hate moving. So 1 year I had to move so many times. No one's fault, it was just, so the first time I moved was because where I was living, people wanted to start a family. Fair enough. Moved out, moved in with a couple of friends. They essentially were like, oh, we just got this offer of house sitting. And I was like, alright, cool, that's fine, I'll move out. And ended up back home and I was like, screw it, I've been moving so many times. And I bought a little unit. Was without a solid internet connection for a month. Ooh. Ouch. And that's not fun. we're just fixing bugs. Might be just me, but microphone to music volume is low. Alright. I might be having my music up a little too high. How's that? Is that better? So I'm using YouTube today because Pretz Rock got flagged. Okay, cool. Cheers. So yeah, I usually have Pretz Rock so it's really down low and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, Savage Banana, for that. I do actually very appreciate people telling me when there's something wrong with my stream. So it gives me the ability to fix it. So yes, thank you very much. Alright, probably also explains why I've had low viewers today. They probably jumped on and were like, I can't hear him, and just disappeared. So yes, anyway. Getting back to fixing up this, I was working from my friend's house. Luckily, he's got he's just around the corner. Oh, that's good to hear. And then I remember living close to friends. Oh, we got another bug here. The stakeholder bug. Yes, that would be a bug because I've updated. Yeah, all right. Cool. So. Alright, we've got a couple of bugs on this page which I'll fix very, very quickly. This is one of them. I shouldn't be able to edit any of this. And this should actually have an image. So let's check. Let's actually make sure if this is a component, because hopefully I've done something smart and it's a component. I've got to do a refresh. Alright, not a problem. No, it's not. But that's fine. You're just weeding out front ends from the full stack. Yeah. Alright. So this issue is caused by the fact that it's not like that. So it's a very quick and easy fix. So this will be under organization details. So this is part of the requirement item information. And then down here, there's the editor, stakeholder information. Email, get stakeholder image, which is a function. All right, so I can fix this up very, very quickly. So const image equals, and then what we want to do is actually extract this out and put the image in here. Do that, then otherwise return, and then what we want is this dot root URL and then private, and then this stakeholder image. Okay, full frontal stack. Are you using a 2-server thing or a hybrid or something else? I'm interested in doing some projects using Flash, Django, and what's possible. So I'm doing a hybrid. So let me just bring up a template. So going with this particular template, NearBeach, sorry, my eyes are just not as fast as finding stuff anymore. What happens when you have very little sleep. All right, cool. So, I need to thoroughly put PW brother-in law. That's for Savage. So what I've done is essentially I've got Django to render a simple template. So the menu bar up here, the basic sort of template stuff. So essentially the gray around here is rendered. Everything else in here is all rendered in the VueJS stuff. So what I've got here is, this is actually the template for it. So it extends from the template, which just has pretty much the document header, head, body, and so forth like that. I'll share that in just a second. And then in there, I'm rendering the Vue components like this and passing the data down. And then VueJS takes care of everything else. So as for the template itself, partials, template. Okay, so I've got two templates. One is wide, one is not. Up to you. So this is the main section in here. So I've got my div app, which is essentially the div with where I've got to put all my VueJS components inside. So if user is authenticated, then it'll render those blocks. If not, what will actually happen is it'll say you don't have permission, and VueJS does nothing because there's no components that match these, or these don't match any components. As for the header, and this is just the plain header, and so forth like that. So I call everything up. This is just the menu bars and all that kind of stuff. And then in the footer, this is where the magic happens. So this is where NearBeach would load. I do have a couple of error modals, which are just hidden in here, and loading and saving sort of stuff. That's just hidden in the footer. So if I need to access an error modal, I'm not creating an error modal for every single component. I've just got one which Django just renders out. Oh, okay, that's good. Cool. Sorry, I didn't realize you had ads. I do try and make the ads as few as possible, just because there's no way I would get anything from the ads. I think I've got a couple of cents a month. So yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to jump on Discord. This is a bit of a unique sort of setup. Other people have set Django up a little bit differently. Some people have set it up so that there's an API using REST or something else to deliver that data. In my sort of case, I kind of created my own API sort of nodes. I wouldn't. There's a bit of a stretch calling them that. Essentially, I wanted to use all the sort of decorators that Django came with and write my own sort of decorators around the permissions, because I have custom permissions and so forth like that. So yeah, hopefully my rambling makes sense. All right, so this should be getting the stakeholder image now. We should still be rendering, so if we just hit restart, there we go, we've got that, perfect. Now we need to read only this component. So what we're doing, and thank you very much for the subscription, Savage Banana Suit. So all the money that this stream actually gets actually goes towards the NearBeach Incorporate, which is a not-for-profit in Australia, which deals with building NearBeach. I am hoping that we get enough money to actually hire someone to help me with the UX and UI. So that is something which I'm hoping to actually attempt next year. So yeah. Thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. So, yeah. Oh, and I just dropped my cube. Stop this thing. Oh, by the way, this is technically a co-working stream. I've got my little co-worker here. She's always here with my streams, and she always wants treats. Anyway, let's quickly go back to here. So I need the requirement information template. So requirement item information. So we've got the user level here, and what we want to actually do is if user level equals 1, we actually want to disable stuff, and then I'm just going to put the end if there, and then field set disabled equals true. And then what I want to do is I want to yank those 3 lines. I only need to do it for the top part. Alright. So that should disable everything. Thank you for the explaining, and also doing this technically, as I'm not usually done and only scarce amount of info walkthroughs out there for noobs like me. Oh, fair enough. Oh, I forgot to show you how I get it all compiled. So I'm using Webpack. You can use whatever you want. So the idea is with my Webpack, so feel free to use Vue or any other tool that you want to use. The one thing I just want to point out, this will probably apply with all those other ones, is the output path of my code goes to my static files. So for me, for NearBeach, that will actually belong under NearBeach. So NearBeach static, and then NearBeach again. And yeah, all my static files just belong there. And that way I get to access it using, if we actually go back to my template, the header, that way I can access those files just using the inbuilt Django static sort of stuff. So yeah. But yeah, you can use whatever tool you want. That should be perfectly fine. I just use Webpack just because I knew it a lot better than those other tools. And the only reason why I knew it was because I think Django is really powerful for templating. Oh yes, I haven't used it yet. I do believe you've mentioned it before. I think I was in Korea when you mentioned it. Django. It's okay, socks. Oh, I don't know why I can't zoom in. Oh yeah. I haven't used this yet, so. Oh, all right. Oh. Oh no. There we go. All right, that's just me cheating. Wait, does Django use its own fork of Django? I don't know. That is a really good question. Is Django's own templating system. So is it like the thing, but really the full app is SSR, Flask uses Django, and Django, as far as I know, uses Django, whatever you want. I haven't used Django yet, but I'm totally looking forward to it. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I honestly do not know what. Well, they're saying they're using their own templating system, and that's all I know about this. So yeah. Alright. Oh, I was gonna refresh this page. Oh yeah, yeah, cool. And now we need to hide this button. Those will always pop up like that. So requirement item information. So going to the computer part, we need the user level, get user level, and then we just remove that button. Ah, yeah, they do look similar. Yeah. I'm not using Django templates as much as I used to. Like the first iteration of NearBeach used Django. However, it was page. Let's just say the first iteration of NearBeach was it was ugly. Yeah, hence the rewrite in VueJS and so forth like that. All right, so that button should disappear now. And hello, Time Enjoyed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for the raid. It is greatly appreciated. So welcome. Hopefully not many of you are in an ad. This is my cat, Socks. So Socks, up here. Say hi. How was your stream? Time Enjoyed. Large page reloads are never fun. Yes, yeah, that's why I moved the front end into VueJS. And give cats a treat. All right. I will move this slowly so no one gets sick. And hello, Time Enjoyed. How was your stream? I'm hoping it went well. You get to see, this is my cat Socks in your bed. In your bed. That keyboard sounds awesome. Yes, it is. I will give you the keyboard. It should be ! keyboard. And it'll tell you it's a Keychron. I forgot. Sorry. Just 2 seconds. Yep. Thank you very much. It's a Keychron K2 with blue switches. So, yes. She is a very cute and loving cat, so yes. She likes to sit on my desk whilst I stream or whilst I'm at work because she gets treats quite a lot. So yeah. And it's meant to be summer here, so she isn't meant to be so fluffy. It's just that it's been a really cold spring this year. I wonder if Sock programs in. Socks is a girl. She likes to sit on my keyboard, so that is a yes. She does like to program. Does Socks have a Tinder profile? No, she doesn't. She does have a little boyfriend here. That we do actually have another cat called Max, but he doesn't like joining me on stream. Anyway, I'll jump into things. So welcome everyone. I hope stream was fun. Fixing a broken Django database migration. Oh yes, those are annoying. And did other things that I kind of forgot. Oh, fair enough. Well, welcome. My name is Robotic Head. I am currently building an open source project management system built on Django and VueJS. So Django is mostly the backend and basic template rendering, and the VueJS does the more complicated template rendering at the front end. Sorry, I'm just getting this up And that's what I look like. Hi, how are you? So NearBeach, you can create customers, organizations, Kanban boards, projects, requests for changes, requirements, and tasks. So tonight we're just going through and fixing up a couple of really annoying bugs. Max is a rebel, he totally is. I feel like we were just talking about this. Oh, fair enough. There's always bugs every single time. You write something, you always write in a bug. To program is the bug, to debug is to fix the program. I think Socks is checking if there is any problems with the template by rendering them in her head and then correcting them in her free time. Yep. So yes. Oh, isn't the NearBeach command not working? Oh. Oh, shoot. If anyone is actually interested in NearBeach, it is on GitHub. It's open sourced. So there we go. And yeah, let's jump into it. So at the moment, what I've been doing is I've been hiding. We're currently logged in as a read-only user, so we shouldn't be able to edit stuff in here. We can actually, these particular ones, we can. I've got to fix that up later. Max is involved in the front end or back end. Well, technically he's the back end developer at the moment because he's always in. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just wondering if I should fix those up. So the user really can't save anything at this particular point. So yeah, Socks is back. So by popular demand, there we go. Say hi, Socks. All right. You should probably do a dry run. Sorry, when you say dry run, check if any errors pop up. Ah, yes. So at the moment, I was just fixing that bug where we had a button appear for a read-only user that we didn't want. So that's just fixed, and check if any errors pop up. Socks. She does love treats. So read-only users shouldn't be able to do any of this. One of the things is I still have this object, new object up here because a user can have no permissions for a lot of these, but then have one permission for one of them. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. Anyway, sorry, I'm just going through debugging and stuff like that. Request for change for read-only user. Let's make sure that they can't see anything. Change lead is the admin. That's perfectly fine. They can't add any groups. They can't change the risk. No implementation plan, backout plan, test plan, and run sheet. At the moment, because it's quicker to render, but that is actually a really, really good question. So eventually what I do want to do is try and find a quick way to determine what of these can the user actually do, and then remove them from here. And then if there's nothing there, then have it not render. So short question to it. At the moment, I need to optimize it to be a lot better. It's okay, Sucks. There you go. Yeah. All right. So this one's looking fine for the read-only user. We should still be able to jump into the change tasks, and the users shouldn't be able to see these. Okay, so we can fix this. So this is part of the VueJS side of things. Sorry, this is a bug in the console. Oh, she just disappeared. All right, hello again. Okay, view. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to disable this button and hide this button. And in fact, we want to disable this whole entire form. So the disabling is done at the Django template side of things. This particular cancel button is done at the VueJS side of things. So what I'm looking out for at the moment is I'm just checking my Vuex. We don't have a user level ported in, so we need to get that information. So let's jump into our views in Django. Oh, that's a large static folder there. Templates we want to minimize. So under our views, this is a change task. So I've separated all my views into its different modules. This is part of the change task. So this particular page is called change task information. So there it is right there. So I've got, these are called decorators. And what decorators can actually do for a particular user is these are functions which I want to run before I actually run this particular function. So what they do is they, in this particular case, check to see if the user has the correct permission. And if they don't, it will then send them somewhere else. This particular decorator, the login required decorator, that's a built-in decorator for Django itself. So this is very useful for anyone who doesn't want to write up or keep writing up sort of common code. So essentially I just use the decorator to be like, all right, let's have it all check out and so forth like that. So yeah, this is a common one. As you see, you put it out the front and you got a bit of options and so forth like that. So yeah. As for this one, this is a custom one which I built because this deals with my custom permissions. All right, so we've got change task information. So what actually happens is this check change task permissions actually puts stuff in the args and quargs, so we can actually access that user level from there. So we actually do that. It's right down here. So we've got the user level and we are passing it down so we can utilize it. A lot of, for those who aren't familiar with this, a lot of this, so this is just getting data. So this change task is actually a object or class, but it creates objects that's connected to the database, so forth like that. So anyway, let's get to the template. So we're passing down user level into the change task. Now this is part of the request for changes. I've got to move this out of this spot and put it in its own folder eventually. So we are porting the user level down. All right. Just want to make sure that this is just a temporary thing. So user level. Just want to make sure that this is working as intended. So we've got our user level 1. All right, cool. So we want to delete this. And what we want to do is, when it's a user level 1, we want to disable fields. So we're just doing an if statement, user level equals 1. If the user level has a user level of 0, they actually won't reach this template. And then what we want is field set disabled equals true. And then, oh, cut that off. And I am just like so. So what that's actually doing is it's putting this field set disabled true there only if the user level is 1, which is a read-only permission. And then what will happen, bang. So now I can't edit any of these. I do believe these I can still sort of edit, but that is something I'm going to have to come back and determine whether or not it should be fixed. So that no downtime is now sort of set. Just going to hit refresh. So now we just need to get rid of this cancelled. All right. So that's at the view template. So this user level should be going down into a prop called user level, and that will be change task information. So that will be part of the Vue components here. Request for change task information. And then if we have a look at the props, we've got user level here. Great. All right, perfect. So then up here we should. So we've got different buttons. So cancel will be fine. And HR will be fine. The delete and user level is 4. So we're checking for the user level here. For the save, user level is greater than 2. Oh, this is cancelled. No, cancel will be fine. It seems like there's a huge hump to get over the Vue, whatever, and Django to work together, but then you get the best of both worlds. I find I do. So the initial sort of setup with the Django Vue is literally setting it up so that you got your Vue source. It gets compiled, placed into the static files of your project. And then the next sort of little, it's an even littler hurdle, is just referencing that that Vue starter script in your templates. So for me, the Vue starter template is under the partials footer. So I've got it here where it's static, and then it's just the NearBeach. That's the starter, the Vue starter stuff. So this will contain all the components that I need to render that page. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a very, very basic sort of thing. I essentially copied how Laravel did things. So yeah. All right. So I've just noticed I've actually created, talking about creating bugs, I've just created a bug. This cancel one. Essentially, I need to remove the, yeah, this won't work here, which is a bit of a pity. So I'm now going to think of a better solution. So this is what happens 80% of the time when programming, is just thinking, how can I actually do this properly? So what I want to actually do is I want to do a field disabled along all of this, but leave cancelled out, because someone could click cancel and come back to the request for change and then click on another task item. I mean, this is a minor bug. Should a read-only user be able to cancel? Yes, yes. Because when they click cancel, it will take them back to here. I mean, the other option is we do have a go back at the top. Yeah, the cancel's really just a really go back. We do actually have a go back at the top, which means to save confusion, I would then remove this from down here. Which actually it's a solution. Alright, so going down here, we've got the cancel button somewhere. Ah, here it is. We really just need to put in an if statement. So vif user level is greater than 1. And then we've got to put it on this HR. Alright. Okay, cool, that looks fine. And then you can easily still go back up here. Easy done. All right, I'm happy with that. So let's find the next bug. Okay. We can't create any objects. So we've just done requests for change, requirements. We've done requirements before. We did the requirement items, projects. So once again, okay, they can kind of edit that, but at the same time, they won't be able to save. So that's not a major thing. But our stakeholder image is broken. So the reason why it's broken is this is one of those bugs where it's a very specific case bug. So the idea is with NearBeach, you can actually use NearBeach on serverless architecture. However, the problem is when you use serverless architecture, you'll need an S3 bucket. This is assuming you're using AWS, the equivalent for Azure. And you kind of want to set up the S3 bucket so that no one has permissions to it, apart from your Django instance. So I've written up code to deal with private files. So what will actually happen is the private file gets saved somewhere and you're ended up given a UUID. And then you click on that UUID, Django will check your permissions. If you don't meet those requirements for that permission, so for example, you don't have access to let's say that document's uploaded against a project. If you don't have access to that project, you don't have access to that document. So I've hijacked that same functionality and extended it to allow both organizations and customers to actually create a private file for profile pictures. But when it goes through that check, it realizes, hey, this image or this file is actually connected to a organization or a customer, in which case all users will have access to this file and then it will show. Now the problem is why I need to actually update this. So at the moment it's pointing back at the old media stuff when it should be at private. So that will be a simple fix. This is at the view level. This is on project information. So what we want is projects and project information. So this is part of the stakeholders section. And hey, the good thing about using modern JS frameworks or, well, even Django has this, is you can split everything into components and reuse those components. So that's what I've done here. This is a component called stakeholder information. I've just got to find it. Best thing is I use this component in multiple places, so fixing this bug will fix it in multiple places at the same time. So this will be under modules, submodules, and then stakeholder. Oh, maybe not under this section. Sorry, there's a lot of components in here. Stakeholder information. There you are. So it's under organizations. So at the moment, we've got a function called get stakeholder image. Great. Down here. So I'm going to clean up this code. Now the only reason why I'm using a const image here is because this is just needing up the code. So if I go image or image equals null, then it does the default. Otherwise it will return, so it will return, I like using these backticks. In this sort of case, I've got to use this root URL, private, and then, oh, wow, what did I do then? And then image. So yeah, the only reason why I'm using image here is because I use it in multiple places. It's just to shorten the code, and that's really good. All right, so that should now work in multiple places. Just waiting for it to compile, and I'm going to hit refresh. And there we go. All right. Does root URL need a / no, because root URL will already have that / in it. So if we go to, and Socks is back, URL, I'm terribly sorry, this is really tiny text. You'll have to believe me, it's just a / by default. Guess not if it's loaded yet. So the reason why that root URL is there is because with Django, you can set up applications to have a sort of subfolder. So instead of having, so NearBeach by default on my local setup is set up. So if, let's say I go to localhost 8000, it will be there. But you can have other applications sort of set up. In this case, I don't actually have another application set up, but let's just use our imagination. You can have another application set up under a subfolder and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm kind of trying to do with NearBeach. A good sort of reason why I want to actually set it up like that is if I want to actually include add-ons to NearBeach, so stuff that doesn't need to be put into NearBeach because it's not about project management, but might be somewhat related. So for example, a bug tracking system. I could potentially do that in the future. And then let's say I have other applications in there and so forth like that. So yeah, that is the reasoning behind that. And that's where the root URL comes into play, because that root URL will tell you, hey, you're actually under this subfolder. And by default, the first one is just the / it's the root directory. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's list all. So let's go to the project. So we've got that showing up there. I've got to build in the team leader profile pictures soon. Sorry, the user profile pictures soon. That will hopefully happen very shortly. So, yep, this user can't edit any of that. Let's go to tasks. Okay, that is loading. That is great. None of these. Now, I'm not going to recheck this because, as stated before, I'm using components, so I just reuse the same components over and over and over again. So if it works for one, it should work for the others, assuming certain stuff. Now, this is, all right. In here, they won't be able to create new stuff because they're read-only. What did you use for your date calendar? Great question. Naive UI. So this is, I'll just paste that in for you. There we go. So essentially you got like, where's the calendar? Date picker. And then, yeah, I use something very basic, like so. So yeah. I do believe this is, where's the getting started? Know how to see installation. So this is part of, I essentially connected this in with the VueJS sort of stuff. So yeah, hopefully hopefully you'll have fun with it. So yeah, I don't use it directly with the Django templates though. I use it through the VueJS. Trying to think how I would do it through the templates. It should be fine. You just need the JavaScript to load. That's it. Oh wait, only supports Vue 3 if you're using. Anyway, sorry, I'm just getting distracted. At the moment, we kind of want to remove these buttons from the read-only user. And they shouldn't be able to drag and drop. This is, I do believe, not a bug at the moment. All right. This is going to be a huge task to actually do, and what I might actually end up doing is, what can I do with this? Because there's certain functionality that I want a read-only user to be able to do on a Kanban board. But once again, they're read-only. They shouldn't be able to move cards around like they can. They still should be able to click on stuff. They won't be able to close that. That's a bug. That goes. All right. Sorry. I am going to. Okay. Kanban card information. The card locations are showing the numbers instead of names. All right, cool. That's just method 1. Log into NearBeach. 2. Search for an existing Kanban board. 3. Click on an existing card. Expected results. Card location should state the column and level name, not their PK promo keys. Identifying keys, identifying numbers. Okay, actual results. Currently showing their identifying numbers. All right. Yes, sucks. Priority, this would be, I'm going to say this is a bit of a major one. Just because this will cause a bit of confusion and it should be pretty simple to fix. I'm going to assign it to me. This would be part of the Kanban board. Oh, I don't have Kanban board in there. No, I just spelled it wrong. Because that's going back like 7 years where I was like, how do you spell Kanban board? Is it with the space? And someone said, yeah, it's with the space. And I just believed them. I should actually update that. I can do it another day. All right, going back to here. So, this is another ticket. This is read-only users can edit Kanban board, i.e. moving tickets. Sorry everyone, this is part of the job anyway. You gotta type this all out. 1, log into NearBeach. 2, search for an existing Kanban board. 3, log into NearBeach as a read-only user, and then search for the Kanban board, and then try and edit the try and move card, add card, etc. Expected results. User will not be able to modify any of the cards / Kanban features, actual results, Kanban board functions without any user functions as regular. I got any with no restricted functions. Okay. I need to get this in a template, so I just need to just key in the numbers. This will be critical. It's a bug as submitted. I have known about this issue for a little while, and it's been something that I've got to actually fix, but it's a bit more complicated than that because quick explanation. So if we look at the VueJS components, I'm terribly sorry, I just can't seem to zoom in at the moment over here, nor have it load up. And Socks is back. Oh, say hi, Socks. All right, I'm just gonna hit reload. So that's the Vuex under the components itself. So we've got the Kanban information, and then we've got a Kanban board, and then under that we've got the rows, we've got the sections, and then we've got a draggable. And then inside the draggable, that's where all these cards sit. And the problem is I need to figure out a way where it doesn't A, look messy, because I'll need to be able to edit the code. And B, that it's efficient, or efficient enough, I should state. Yeah. Anyway, I will probably move on from the Kanban board at the moment because this requires me sitting down and reading a lot of code. So let's go to profile picture. Now, we should be able to, let's reset the password. Let's do the usual sort of stuff. So read-only users should be able to edit that. Can you not remove the draggable for read-only? Kinda. Like, say hi, Max. All right, everyone, this is Max. Say hi, Max. Max, over here. He ran away. You got to sleep, but you're the first person I've seen using Django. I like your style of explaining the thought process. Thank you very much. Glad to have found you. By the way, I believe it was SolXburn who suggested you. Thank you, SolXburn. Yes. Anyway, get some sleep. Good night. Thank you very much for the raid. It is greatly appreciated. So yes, thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring you back to just like, no, all good, all good. It's good for me to sort of, well, rubber duck programming. Just speak it out, because that way at least I'm sort of processing it in my head at the same time. So under Kanban board, I'll close all these, so we'll go down the thing. So we've got Kanban information, and then under here we've got the Kanban board. So that deals with the header, that deals with the sticky header, which is already, I think, messy code on my behalf. And then we've got the Kanban row, which is another component going further down. And then the Kanban card, which is probably a misname. And then in here, we've got the draggable set here. So one potential solution is in here, have an if statement and be like, hey, if it's read only, use a different component. Or if, and then have one called Kanban card draggable and Kanban card, where the Kanban card doesn't have the draggable component. It just has a div statement in it. And then get rid of all these template stuff. And hello, I really like glizzards. How are you? I am working on a open source project management system called NearBeach. I've been building it for a little while now. It is built using the Django framework as the back end and the VueJS as the front end. Django does do a little bit of template rendering, but most of the front end is VueJS. So what you can actually do in NearBeach is you can create customers, organizations, Kanban boards, projects, requests for change, requirements, and tasks. So yes, tonight we are just going through debugging and so forth like that. And yeah, welcome. All right, I think that might be a potential solution. I will need to gut Kanban card, which is, it's misnamed because it's not really the card, it's the section. Everyone can access, so it's this thing here, this gray little blob right here. This whole thing, that's technically the Kanban card, but it's really the Kanban cell or section. I honestly don't know what the single component of a Kanban board is called. It does. Yeah. All right. No, I think. Where's that critical? Let's open it up. Let's add in some notes in here. All right. Cool. Potential solution. I can't read when that lights that. All right. Okay. One. Clone the component. Kanban card to Kanban card, and then we had draggable as a name, didn't we? And we didn't want that in there. Okay. I know what a Kanban board is. I just want to know what that singular component is actually named, because if they've got it named with limit column, yeah, but it's swim lane. Yeah, is it really? It might be column. I mean, we can get away with column. I'm just double checking that, making sure I don't have another Kanban column. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll recall it column. Rename the component Kanban card to Kanban column. All right, cool. For the on the component Kanban card, Kanban row, sorry, nearly mucked that up. Kanban row, add a simple if statement. If the Kanban board or user is in a read-only mode, use the Kanban column component. Else use the Kanban column draggable component. All right. Remove all draggable functionality from the Kanban card component. All right. I think that's a very good solution, because if I strip out, not that one, if I strip out stuff from here, essentially this component, when I'm hovering over, I can make it so if it's read-only, these won't appear. And then all I need to do is, with the card information, make sure that these disappear. And make sure this section disappears too. And then the description will stay the same, and then the notes will just need to disappear this section. So that is a potential solution. Right. Oh, sorry about that. Let's just... from here, we'll need to just edit the modal sections so they reflect the read-only attitude. Okay. And yeah, cool. I think that's good. Moving forward. All right, profile. We can edit all the profile details up here. Ooh, that took a... Oh no, that pretty quick. Unassigned objects, my current objects. Yep, everyone can access. I didn't assign these to anyone at all. Okay. So I'm just now playing around with stuff. I do need to actually work on the UI here. It does look a bit crowded. Your stuff's working. Oh, that's good. All right. Let's upload a... All right, cool. Can't upload an image. There is this one line. All right. And then we've got a breakdown there. Delete node. Delete node. I feel like this is a dead end. There's nothing to click on here. Let's have it so users can go back to... no, my coworker can stop complaining at me. Yes, now my coworkers can stop complaining at me. Even better. I'm currently in test mode at work, so we're very close to hopefully releasing a new site. So when I say releasing a new site, we're hopefully a month off. But it's at that UAT moment where I'm essentially testing everything. And I'm finding all these little tiny annoying things, some of which I can fix, which is great. But some of them I have to send to someone else. Just because they're like, no, the controllers are mine. Don't touch the controllers. And I'm like, okay, cool. I won't touch the controllers. All right, so what I feel like we need a back button up here for the customer information. So that's part of the VueJS component. Hey Max, did you bring me a little play mouse? No? All right. Hmm?
You dropped something.
Oh, I dropped it over there. Sorry, Max likes to play fetch. The problem is he hasn't realized he has to bring me the toy mouse for me to throw.
He brings it close to you.
It's nice when you clean up the rough edges. Yes. Yes, it is. It's getting really, really nice. And I'm getting to that point where I'm really trying to shake it out as much as possible. Your cat is like that. I know. Socks doesn't play fetch. Actually, Max is probably the only cat I know who plays fetch. Yeah. None of my other copious amounts of cats have figured it out. Alright, this way, this way. I've got all my cat emojis here. Alright. Anyway, I don't have that many cats at the moment. We've only got 2. Out of all those images, only 3 are alive. And I've been meaning to get my mum's cats in there too. When he was younger, he used to be great at bringing it back. Now he just stares them up. He's like, I'm just too old for this. What were we doing? Customer information. Alright, let's go up here. So just under here, what we want to do is we just want to have an vbind the href, which, funny enough, I actually don't know what the href stands for. But then again, I only got told what the A stands for just recently. Anchor. And I was like, holy hell. Alright, so go back to search, customer search, be very explicit, and this will be a root URL, and then customer. Wait, I need these. I need backticks in here. And then customer search, I think, or is it search customer? Oh, it's like this. All right. Always good to double check. Hypertext reference. Ah, oh neat. All right, there you go. I'm learning. Yes, I am. All right, what's the time? I've just got to be careful that I don't pass 10 o'clock here. We've got 20 minutes. All right, so we'll click on this. Oh, we need a bit of a break. I mean, it works. Okay, let's go to organizations. Surprise me. All right. Oh, we haven't done a profile picture for this, so let's just go. All right. We've got a broken profile picture here. I've got two cats on my desk now, and there's Max. There's Socks, who's playing with the toy. All right. Let's get a bit crowded. Hey, Max. He's a bit shocked now, because he's like, I'm up here. What do I do? All right, this profile picture, media. All right, we've got the same problem as before. That's meant to be private. Yep, okay, cool. So what we want to do is go to the organization in the VueJS. So that's under organizations, that's under organization information. So that will be under, there's the profile picture. So we just scroll down to the profile picture, that's under the methods. So set profile picture. Whoop, no, that. I'm going to change this. I'm going to add in, so we've got this.root URL, and then private. All right, cool. Anyway, wait a few seconds, let that load. Oh, that didn't load. All right, that might not have been the location. Private. Why is there 2 slashes there? Is that normal? I've got this root URL in twice. And then profile picture is just that. All right, cool. Yep. All right. Wait a second or two, hit reload, bang, in there, and we want to test the other one where it is list organizations. So we should see the default. So this is the default one. We are, as a read-only user, we need to get rid of these two buttons, which is going to be very, very quick and easy because we should be passing through the user level. So we want to go to the computed section in the VueJS. There we go. And then we want user level and then get user level. All right, sweet. And then up here, if user level is greater than 1. And there goes socks. All right, and I'm back. Okay, cool. So we should have, oh, and we need to get update profile. So that's part of the n upload. And what we want to do is if user level, once again, greater than 1. Okay. Actually, I like it like that. Wait a few seconds for it to compile. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll put the organization in back to search up here too. So we had a break, and then we had a hypertext reference. Yep, hypertext reference. There we go. I remembered. Bind. Back to organization search. Okay. That will be root URL, and then search, and then organization. Okay. Just waiting a few seconds. And hit reload. All right. And there we go. Got this. And I've done that wrong.
No.
Okay, so it is actually going. Do I have the root URL in that? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm double checking that I've got the components. Yep, I've got the root URL. Oh, I don't need the search. No, sorry, I don't need the / before the search. Waiting for it to recompile. And there we go. And then you can go in here and gives you that quick and easy way to get back to where you were. All right. Now I need to get rid of this add contact down here. All right. I can't add in documents, but here is a picture of socks in a little bee outfit. I do need to get more images of socks. Yeah. So, there's double checking all this. So yeah, I just need to get rid of this add contact. So this is organization contact. I will have a look at what component this is. So this is organization modules. If you require cat photos, I have some up, fair enough. This is part of the organization modules. All right. I should get more photos of socks on my computer. What was it? I think Nextcloud, at one point when they were demoing their software, they had everyone put in profile pictures of their cats and stuff like that. So when you looked up on here, you would see all the pictures of cats, but I think they're doing other stuff now. This was 7 years ago. Although not really all cats off this thing, I know. It'd be impressive and scary at the same time if you were able to get that. Alright, I've got two things to fix down here. I've got to get rid of this add content, and I've got to make sure those Yeah, I used to use it quite a bit before I created NearBeach Incorporated, which is the not-for-profit that helps organize and run NearBeach. Just because I had a Raspberry Pi at home and a static IP address at home, I was able to set up a Raspberry Pi server and stuff. And hello, cute Gina. How are you going tonight? I hope you're going well. All right, so 2 things to fix under organization contacts. So that would be under modules, submodules. Maybe not. It's actually under organizations. So under here, what we want is, we don't have a compute method in here. Well, that's fine. Curious about this Django stuff. Oh, fair enough. So I'm using both Django and VueJS at the same time. So Django does essentially render the navbar at the top, and it renders in the JS components for that particular page. From there, the VueJS renders everything else. So inside these VueJS components, it will render all this, and it will handle all the logic around all of this. So yes, I'm trying to think of something else renowned to say, but I really can't at the moment. I'm sorry. So yeah, you'll see me jump into both Python and VueJS. At the moment, we are doing more on the VueJS just because I'm fixing up these front end sort of bugs. So, yeah. All right, so we need to actually import the get methods stuff, which is the get map getters. All right, I have to remember. So that's how we do it. Import map getters from Vuex, like so. And then just because I keep doing this, like you set and forget this type of stuff. So I need to not do anything else. It's just the computer part. Yep. How do you host this? Okay, great question. So at the moment, I'm for my NearBeach production thing, and this will change in the very near future. I'm actually using serverless AWS Lambda functions, which is serverless, and I use an RDS database and an S3 bucket. So the S3 bucket will house all the static, not the static files, sorry, house all the media and private files. However, I'm moving everything from media into the private sort of section, just because that way I have that sort of, I've written a custom sort of permission checker. And yeah, otherwise, if you are interested in NearBeach, there is nearbeach.org. And if you go to self-hosting, you can actually essentially copy this Docker Compose file, update the like the password. So remember, MySQL database, the password's meant to be the same from here and so forth like that, and you can actually get your own instance up. So yeah. And that would be through Docker. Otherwise, we do have read the docs where you can, we are going to, ready. Why did I type ready? We are going to be updating these documents again sometime soon, because we'll probably be leaning on the quick and easy way to actually set up NearBeach on your own environment. Whereas these, this is the old method where you used to use Unicorn and so forth like that to install. So hopefully when I've got some time, I will rewrite most of these documents. So yeah. All right, getting back to this. So in here we need a computed. Just double checking I don't have any computed. So computed, that is a function. I think, if memory serves me correctly, I'm double checking. No, it's an object. And then what I want, map getters, and then I will have user level, and then get user level. All right, cool. I have a day job. So yes, all of this is out of fun and enjoyment for building this. I've been building it since technically 2016. So it started off with a sort of learning, because I knew programming before that. I was using C++, Python, all that kind of stuff before that. And a friend convinced me to turn one of my old sort of task management systems into a web-based thing. Essentially, that's what happened here. And the original NearBeach was a bit of a mess. I made the sort of mistakes, like I kept on adding functionality into it, which had no sense being inside a project management system. So I tried adding in a CRM functionality. I tried adding in quotes and a whiteboard functionality. So yes. Yes, I am Australian, yes. Yeah. All right. Short answer to your question is yes, I have a day job. Yeah. All right, so get user level. So we should now be able to cut out those buttons. All right, so we just want to remove add contact. Nope. All right, so we just need a quick VF. This will be a user level. It's got to be greater than 1. And same with this one. All right, cool. So that button should disappear, and then we'll quickly fix these profile pictures. I do believe, what is this part of customer modules, which is further down. So we'll double click on this. So this is customer list modules. So these are the images. So get get customer image. All right, so that's a function, customer in here. All right. So, as explained before, what I'm doing here is essentially just making the code look a bit neater. That's the only reason why I'm doing it like this. Making sure I've got both those conditions on like that. That just returns that. And then this will return this .root URL, and then private, and then image. And that should work. Do you have auth for this? Yes. Like when you're saying auth, you mean like, all right, let's just open up this in a sort of, so yes, you do have to log in. Let's log in as a basic user. I don't have basic user on this one, sorry. Team leader. All right. So yes, I do have authentication on this. So there's stuff which people will be able to access. So this one, this particular user can access, but this particular project, this user can't access to it. And that also extends over to other objects like images, customers, organizations, and so forth like that. However, with customers and organizations, you either have access or not. Did you code that yourself, or did you use an identity service provider? So that's so the login stuff I've heavily leaned on Django for doing. So if we have a look at the Vue components, we go up to, let's just open up project. So this is project information. So for example, I've heavily leaned on login required, which is a decorator done by Django itself. And then I've created my own decorators to actually check user permissions. So what actually happens is it goes in, goes, hey, is this user connected to this particular, in this case, a project through permissions? And do they actually have permissions in their permission set connected to this? So, so support OAuth, that is something I do want to actually implement. It is on my Kanban board of things to do. So other things which I want to do is have it so that people can log in with their, let's say, GitHub account or something like that. So that way I could connect that particular user up to GitHub. So that way I can bring in information from GitHub and connect it to these projects, connect it to these tasks, connect it to these requirement items. Be able to have people, let's say, leave a note and be like, hey, I've just done this commit, it's connected to this particular task. So, and even just bring in issues and so forth like that. So another thing which I've got to actually do connect it up to is, so you guys might have noticed that I'm using UTrack. The reason being is I've moved to Azure. I don't have a VM on Azure. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm using their app services, and I couldn't get Bugzilla to work. So I've had to actually migrate everything to UTrack. And NearBeach has the ability to essentially connect bugs to a particular project or task and stuff like that. So yeah, it's on the to-do list. Essentially, there's going to be a lot of reading for me to do before I actually start tackling it. A lot of planning also. But yes, it's on my Kanban board, my NearBeach Kanban board. So yes, I'm dog fooding NearBeach at the moment. Anyway, hopefully that did answer your questions around the auth and how I handle all that. So yeah, if it doesn't make sense, do pipe up. We do have a Discord where you can ask me more questions. So yeah, okay, what was I doing? I was fixing up these profile pictures. I think I just did that, didn't I? So there we go. Those are fixed up. The buttons and the buttons have been removed. Let's double check this with someone who does actually have permission. So the buttons are there and everything like that. Now I've just realized it's just hit 10 o'clock. So my neighbors don't like it if I continue prattling on. So I'm happy with this. I'm actually happy. We've done a really great job testing and fixing all these little minor issues tonight. So yes, let's find someone to raid. Oh, sorry, I just realized I'm shaking and moving the screen. All right. All right, we've got 2 game dev things, so we don't have a Python sort of stream to go to. I wouldn't say work a real job. Let's go to Prismatic Dev. All right, so I will just bang that down. Raid some small guys would be nice. Make that 8. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Categories. I'm not doing that right. categories. Where are we? Where are we? We're software and dev, aren't we? First line. I am blind as a bat. All right, this is why I wear glasses. Sorry. Thank you very much. All right. Let's search Python. Yeah, I do need to get new glasses. Oh, there I am. Just new retro programming. All right, let's raid Memo Twitch. All right, cool. Raid started. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for joining this evening. It has been great. We've done quite a lot. I'm getting happy at where NearBeach is stability-wise. I'm hoping to improve that very shortly. I should be doing a release this week, which is going to be good. So, yes. Anyway, I better run. Thank you very much. I do hope you enjoy your evening. Once again, thank you for the raid. And, yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Poi questa unità di misura uguale questo. Questa roba qui, ragazzi, via, vedi? Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Robotic, thank you very much for the raid of 23 people. Welcome. Welcome, Robotic. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? 23 people. Oh my lord, guys. Robotic Cat, who are you? Good morning. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. We are just welcoming the live. Welcome, guys. Shout out immediately for Robotic Cat. Going good. Nice. What were you doing? What were you doing? Raid Robotic Cat. Robotic Ed. Oh, sorry.